for dinner with a friend, but usually I just go straight home. I don't get home till about 7 or 8, and then I usually just have dinner and watch TV or something like that.
4.
Well, I live in an apartment, and we can't have them there. But I love animals, so I'd like a cat or something. Anyway, my apartment's pretty small, so I have a goldfish. I think that's okay.
5.
Actually, these days, not much. My parents live about an hour from here by car, so I usually only see them on holidays or something. I call my mom every Sunday, though, and we catch up then.
6.
More.
Oh, I don't really do anything special. I usually meet up with a friend or two, and we go out for coffee and chat. Sometimes on Friday or Saturday night, we go to a club and dance, or we go and see a movie.
Well, that's the end of the recording. So please, Regina and Valeria, Brisel, can you please assign the number to the questions?
Well, I have the first 4, second 3, 3, 2, 1, 5, and 6.
Okay, can you please repeat what you said?
4,
4. Okay.
3, 2,
Mm-hmm.
5, and 6.
5 and 6. 5 and 6. Okay. And what about the rest, ladies? Valeria and Brisel, is there any other way to answer this exercise, or is it the same? Is it the same you got?
I have the same.
You have the same?
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Okay, good. Now listen, please. I want you to choose only one question. Okay, only one question, and I want you to choose a person you're going to ask the question. I can be part of the conversation since we are only 4 today. So I can be part of the conversation, but mainly it's for you to speak, okay? So select a question, select a person you want to ask this question, and let's have this conversation time, okay? In the meantime, I'll be checking on your pronunciation, spelling, and maybe some grammar that can be fixed after the practice, okay? So let's say, I guess, Brisel, you can start the conversation, the round of questions.
Yes. But do you ever go out on weeknights?
Um, well, sometimes. Well, depends of the day. Because in the Mondays, Wednesday, and Fridays, I have a practice of my sport. So uh, I have go and no, but depends sometimes. Brisel, how much time do you spend with your family?
Well, let me see. Not really. I don't spend a lot of time with my family because for the online class, all the day I have classes. So when I have free times in the day, in the week. On the week, I'm do homework, and well, I don't have a lot of free time, but in the morning and the night I spend time with my family. Usually I spend more time with my mom, and yeah, that's the answer. Reggie, what do you usually do on the weekends?
Well, I usually do homework because I get need a lot of homework, but sometimes, only sometimes, I go out to, ah, ¿cómo se dice pasear?
Oh, walk.
To
You can go for a walk. You can go for a walk, or you can walk your pets or something.
so you can go for a walk to beach or parks or uh, rivers, um, eh, something like that. But yes, I don't go out much on the weekend.
Mhm.
Vale. What's your favorite band?
My favorite band. Well, I like One Direction. Into personal, is my favorite band, but they aren't together, so it's sad. But yeah, they are my favorite band. Reggie, do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a pet. Well, only one, but super little. It's a Chihuahua. His name is Keke, but ah, it's it's very little, una cosita.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the conversation, right? Thank you so much, ladies. I have just two things to mention before we go to the next part. There is something that we can correct here. It is not like a major correction actually, but it's something that we need to know so that we can tell the difference, the way we can speak in formal language or in casual situations, right? So it is this one. Okay, something can be added here. We can add something more to this expression. It is clear, we understand. It's okay, we can use it in casual conversations with friends because there's no one there checking the way we speak and we are not under evaluation. But if you were under evaluation, there is something there that we need to add. It is a personal pronoun, but we have many personal pronouns. So which one do you think is the one? It goes here, right here.
It.
It, perfect, beautiful. So it depends. It depends on the day. Very good. On the day, it's correct. In is more used for months. For months, like in May, in March. But if you add the date, then we say on March the 3rd, for example. And so with the week, we can say on the week, or there is also one more expression you can use during the week. Now, we have the expression weekend, right? Weekend for the rest of the week. But what is the expression for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday together? Do you know what's the expression? Very similar to weekend, but since it's not the end, we don't call it weekend. We call it weekdays. Weekdays, like, oh, I work a lot on weekdays because I work with my mom and she doesn't give me a break and she doesn't tell me like I have to enter this time and I go out at this time. So on weekdays, if you want to talk about days during the week. And the other one, look at this one. There is a question with this. Yes, I have. Okay. Okay. What can we do? This is a question for you three, please. What can we do to avoid repetition with the answer? How can we shorten? How can we shorten the answer? Brisel, Vale, Regina.
I don't know. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Perfect. Very good. So, yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know something? I have a pit bull. And then you continue with the information. If we say, yes, I have, for example, yes, I have, then it changes the rules of everything because then we are playing with a different structure called present perfect continuous. So the verb have functions as a verb, but it also functions as an auxiliary verb that you will learn when you are in course, I don't know, maybe course 9, course 8, something like that. The use of present, the use of present perfect, the use of present perfect. Different structure for sure. And well, that's what I noticed. Thank you for using the time to speak. That's really good. You know something, it's very strange for beginners to speak the way you do. So congratulations. Let's continue.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
How to know what's the correct answer in one test or quiz? For example, the other teacher before of you tell us about quizzes and he say about, well, in the quiz you need to put the answer more short or the answer more fast. I don't know how to explain, but for example, if I want to explain, well, yes, I have a pet, I have a dog, I have a cat, one bird, I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. It's like the same answer because I'm answer the question, no, if I have a pet, but I don't know how to know what's the answer in the quiz or test. I don't know.
Well, in a test, since it is a test, because it is a test, we need to offer most of the time formal answers, like accurate answer. Accurate means that you respect grammar rules. So when you are under evaluation, for example, in your in a TOEFL test, even in these oral exams that we present, it's important to respect grammar while we are creating ideas. But the thing that tells the difference between a different way to answer, do you have a pet, and the other one is the context. Is the context. For example, if you are with friends and you're just like speaking about like things that are not very supervised by someone, then you can speak like as a conversational way. For example, in lesson C, you can speak the way you want. Whatever comes to your mind, you can say it, right? Sometimes ideas don't sound that well, that perfect, and that's when the teacher interferes. Like, okay, for this conversation, I noticed this, so we're going to change that. When the idea doesn't sound clear. But going back to your question, Brisel, when you are under evaluation, it's important to follow grammar and include it to your speech, because remember, you are being evaluated fluency, communication level, vocabulary, and grammar. So it's part of the evaluation. It's not everything, but definitely it's going to affect your result. I don't know if I hope with my answer I answered your your question. Is it clear, Brisel?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
How do you interpret the information that I gave you? So to sum up, let me write it here. When you want to say en resumen, we say to sum up. To sum up, what did I say? Because I guess I went in circles from time to time, Brisel.
Yes, well, in a test or quiz, I need to follow the rules, the grammar, and well, the correct answer is the more specific, the answer that I learned in the class, and well, for talk or conversation with friends or another person that I can speak like not formal or informal, I can explain more, but in the tests or quizzes, I need to follow the rules.
Well, Regina, are you there? Valeria, you're there? um, yes, right? You didn't go to
Yes,
the...
teacher.
Okay, good. Listen to this. Do you know why I advise you to shorten the sentence? Do you remember why I advise you to shorten the idea? Because there was something called repetition. So when we repeat ideas, the other person said, it is because one, we want to make sure that we understood the question, right? But sometimes when it doesn't have that purpose, then it is repetition, just like that. So when you listen to a question, Regina, Vale, Brisel, and you are going to answer, but you are going to answer with repetition just because you want more time to speak, then that repetition can be shortened. And in this case, I guess it was kind of like that situation. Do you have a pet? Yes, I have a pet. And then more information, right? But yes, I do. I have a Chihuahua and it's very, very small. So in this case, what we wanted to avoid was repetition, okay? So whenever you want to repeat the question in your answer, is because you want to make sure that you understood what the other person asked. So different purposes. But anyway, let's see. Let's continue with activities. We have more to do.
Well,
Okay. So this is my friend Citlali. She's not very social, and she likes jackets and she likes Japanese stuff. And she's from a place called Cosoleacaque, that it's not here. It is 6 hours from here, more or less. And there is an issue going on with Citlali and dogs. Based on the pictures, what is something she doesn't like about dogs? Valeria.
Well, I understand
Mhm.
she like the dogs, but she's allergic.
She's allergic to dogs, right? Okay, this is very good. This is the first impression that you got. Maybe she likes dogs, but the problem is that she's allergic, right? Okay, continue, please, Valeria. This is for you.
Um, I don't know. Maybe she um think the dogs are noisy?
Okay,
And
good hypothesis. And
what is Greg?
oh yes, Regina, you see the graphic, right? What happened to the pillow? The pillow is what we use to sleep. What happened to the pillow?
What?
It's okay, Brisel.
Entendí algo de la almohada, algo así,
Yes, the
pero
pillow is what we use to sleep, but what did the dog do to the pillow?
I don't know, like the pillow.
Mhm.
Is the pillow,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yes, the pillow was destroyed by the dog, right? So a synonym for wreck, that's the pronunciation for the word wreck. A synonym for wreck is destroy. Mhm. It's just a different word. So thank you so much, Regina. Valeria, one more time, going back to the topic, you said that Citlali is allergic, probably, and that probably she thinks dogs are noisy, and
And the dogs are Greg with your pillow.
yes. So dogs wreck things, right? Wreck things, destroy things. Thank you. Wreck is a verb, okay? Wreck is a verb, so you can use it as an action. Good, thank you so much. Now, for this one, I need Brisel to give information about Josue, my friend. He's from San Andres Tuxtla, so we're from the same town. But based on the graphics, Brisel, what do you think Josue likes?
Well, I think he likes the nature, like the flowers, I don't know, the nature. He enjoyed the TV shows. He really likes, and yes, gardening.
Mhm.
And he's very good play football.
So thank you. So your guess is that he loves gardening, he loves or he likes TV shows, and apart from that, he plays, right? That he plays pro football. A different way to call American football is pro football. Just a different way to call it. So thank you for that. We're going to reach the peak of the stories with a recording, but in the meantime, let's use our imagination to see what's going on here. Well, so Regina, you're the last one. Could you please help me with the last one? It is this one. Oh, sorry, I needed to change the name. So Josephine. So the female version for Josue, Josephine. Okay, Josephine. Okay, so Regina, can you please tell me about Josephine? What?
Yes, well, Josephine is very friendly, and I like it wear to the fashion, and I have very money. I don't know that is afford.
Afford, okay. Yes, so we're talking about Josephine, right? You think that she likes fashion, that she's into fashion, right? Or were you talking about your own case?
Afford is like can pay or rich.
Afford means that you can pay for something. Right now, I have 100 pesos. I can afford a pizza, a 100 pesos pizza, because I have the money to pay for it. But if you have no money to pay for something that you want, you cannot pay it. You cannot afford it. Different way to say pay. So apart from that, apart from Josephine being very into fashion, and apart from her, the thing with money, she's friendly, right? She's very friendly. And I guess we all have these kind of friends. So thank you so much, Regina. Just before we pass this part, Valeria and Regina, can you please explain to me what's the meaning of afford with what you understood?
Yes. Oh, well. Well, yes is can pay. For
Uh-huh.
example, that if you
Let's
well buy a pizza and etc.
uh-huh.
and you can buy the
Yes,
pizza.
because you can pay it if you have the money, right? Right now,
Yes.
how much money do you have in your wallet, Brisel? Let's imagine something, just a quantity. Brisel, how much money do you have in your wallet or in your pocket, the one from your jeans? How much money do you have in your pockets?
In this moment, 500 pesos.
Oh, that's a lot, 500 pesos. Good. So what can,
Yes.
tell me, Regina, and tell me, Valeria, what can she afford with that money? 500. 500 bucks. Let me write it here for you. This is informal language, different, right? Formal language, 500 bucks. Good. So, what can she buy? What can she afford with 500?
Maybe clothes and shows.
Okay. Regina, if you were Brisel, what would you like to do with that money?
Yes. Same as well.
Mhm.
Or yes, books.
Clothes.
Um,
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, so thank you, Brisel. Now we know how much money you have in your pocket. In my pocket, I have 4 pesos. So I can afford for, I don't know, maybe a lollipop. Anyway, let's continue. We have more things to do. This is just vocabulary, but it's important for me that you know how to use it in context, okay? In real life, more than that. And now, can you please read the question, Brisel?
What do these friends have in common?
Excellent, good. Let's listen to the recording and tell me, what do they have in common? What do they mention?
Dogs are so noisy, and they always wreck things. I'm just not an animal lover, I guess.
Well, I'm not either. I'm allergic to dogs and cats.
Good. One more time.
Dogs are so noisy, and they always wreck things. I'm just not an animal lover, I guess.
Well, I'm not either. I'm allergic to dogs and cats.
Okay, please, Regina, Valeria, Brisel, tell me what you understood from the recording. What do they have in common?
I don't like the pets basically. The man
Mhm.
because he's allergic,
Uh-huh.
and the woman because the dog is very noisy.
Excellent. Thank you so much. The question was answered. Let's go with the next one. Now, something related to TB. Let's see what happens. Thank you, Regina. Now, Valeria and Brisel, you are the ones who will give us information. Okay, here we go.
I don't watch much television. No, I don't either. I mean, I watch pro football. Yeah, I do too, but that's about it.
Very short conversation. Do you want me to repeat it, Valeria, Brisel?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I don't watch much television. No, I don't either. I mean, I watch pro football. Yeah, I do too, but that's about it.
What do they have in common?
They prefer watch pro football.
Very good. You're a
Uh,
genius. Very
yes.
good. Yeah, that's the answer of the question, right? And they say that they don't watch too much TV. Mhm. Now, let's continue. So now, Brisel, this is for you.
I love shopping. I can shop for hours. Too bad I can't afford anything new. I know. I can't either. I'm broke. Yeah, I am too.
Okay, so Brisel,
Well, both love shopping, but both are broke, basically.
thank you, thank you. So both are happy because they, you know, the name for what you do when you go to, for example, to America's Mall, you see and you see clothing and you see jewelry and you see many things you would like to buy, but you can pay for that, you can afford it. So you just do window shopping. That's the way we call it, window shopping. I guess that's what they're doing because one of them says, yes, Brisel? Mhm.
No, yes, I want. Yes, yes.
The window shopping. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like it because it makes me feel bad. Like, I have no money to pay for this. Why am I watching it? But it also helps because sometimes I've seen girls who go to the malls, they see what they want, they save money, and then they go and they pay for those things. So that is a good way to invest your time planning what you want. Very good. Well, now what comes next? Today, one of the things we'll be checking is the use of to and the use of some other expressions like either. Okay, but before we go there, let's check on the book because we have a conversation there that I'd like you to read just to make sure that you know how to relate coincidences. Okay, actually those expressions too and either were mentioned in the conversations we listened. So now we're just going to do a very easy exercise to double check our understanding of the lesson. So it is this. I'll just maximize it like this. And let's see. Let's check part A. I want you to take a minute, read in silence. 1 minute.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, tell me, Regina.
It's about the book.
Mhm.
Who do we ask?
Oh, who do you ask for the book? That is a good question. Let me find a decent, let me find a decent PDF version you can use. And I guess I'll share it with you through the WhatsApp chat. The other plan is to create a Google Classroom, and I can upload even the presentations I'm using for you to study in the book. But good question. So during the weekend, I'm supposed to share the book with you. So I'm the one.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, I guess the minutes is already over. So now let's go to section B. We don't know yet what we have to do, but I guess you have an idea now. Okay, good. Let me just go here. So, Valeria, can you read the instruction? Exercise B. And Regina, number 1 and 2, Brisel, number 3 and 4. Valeria, please.
Complete the responses so the speakers agree.
Mhm.
Use the conversations above to help you.
Thank you. You are working on your computer, right, Valeria?
Yes,
Can you please type on the screen the answers they give you?
yes.
Thank you. So, Regina, you're number 1 and 2. So your microphone is blocked, I guess, if you're speaking.
No, I don't.
Okay, so number 1 and 2, please, Regina. Okay, well, then in that case, let's go with Brisel. Brisel, you are number 3 and number 4. Are you ready?
I'm trying to
Mhm.
understand the instruction.
Oh, yeah.
I think I need to
It
put
says
the
we need to seek for the speakers to agree, right? Expressions that help us to know that the speakers agree with what the other person said. Do you remember what I showed you? To and either, okay? To
okay, yes.
in either are for different situations. So now use to and use either to answer your sentences, please. But
Okay.
Actually, the only thing you have to do is to add to or either. Either goes for negative, to goes for affirmative. The session will be over in a moment, so let's come back. Good, very good, that's the answer. That's the answer, but let's come back to the session in a moment.